Hello, welcome back, everybody, to Story Reckless. I'm Nathan. I usually am your DM these evenings. Tonight, I'm just gonna be myself, and I use he and him pronouns. I'm gonna pass it over to the players. Usually, they're playing characters.
Usually we are. My name's Claire. My pronouns are they, them, and I am most recently playing Primrose, Purple Warlock.
And my name is Olive. I use she and they pronouns. I played Propriety in this last time, and I had a blast being my favorite sci-fi character from the last year. In fantasy.
Yeah.
With skeletons instead of robots.
Right. Well, it was a blast watching both of you in this last adventure. It was so fun. Both these characters were so much fun. So tonight we're just gonna hang out and talk about this last adventure like we've done with all the others, do a little postmortem. If you have any questions that pop up in chat, please let us know and we'll answer them, or we'll do our best to. Claire, do you want to kick things off? I know you had a bunch of questions.
I have many questions.
I have many questions too.
Along the lines of, what would have happened if we poked this thing?
Poked what thing?
This thing, whatever this might be.
We're just gonna substitute in for this.
Understood.
Half a dozen questions.
Right, yes, because there's so many. Right, gotcha. Okay, well, what's the first thing?
What would have happened if we had cast Resurrection on the initial dwarf who had the book?
That's a great question, and there's actually an answer for it in the module, which is great. He would not have come back because his soul did not want to return because he was tired.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. I think there might be more specific wording, but yeah, there's it's pretty funny. It's literally if they cast Revivify or Raise Dead, they can't restore him to life, because his soul did not want to return. That's just all it says. So yeah,
he's just done.
He's just done. Damn it.
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah. But you could have you could have cast Speak with Dead, and he could have revealed a bunch of stuff that way. So, or the body could have. Yeah, that's a really good question, though. Yeah.
And he was trying to rat them out. Yeah. He was looking for someone high up to tell them what's going on.
He basically got cold feet because he started doubting Stonky's plan, sanity, and decided to grab that book, which had basically all the evidence of what was going to happen, because it was the plans for the rocket to get it up and running, all that stuff.
So what was Kalen Brightwood doing that whole time? If he had the adventure module sitting on his desk.
Yeah, I know. I know that was a thing. I was kind of just like, no. I mean, honestly, my reasoning for that was that he's just really overwhelmed right now because there's this null incursion that he's dealing with. There was this other thing that just happened in the hearth. And then there was a massive earthquake and all these people freaking out about that. So I just wrote it off as him being overwhelmed with that. I think if you had delayed the launch after the hour hit, I would have had him show up to investigate the tower, is what my plan was. So but I wanted to keep the full hour of him being preoccupied with stuff, because I just didn't want that to disrupt the flow of the adventure, because he has the stats of something very powerful. It's probably popped up at one point, but he's
Storm Giant.
No, but he's really, really powerful. So if he just showed up, it would kind of it's
I feel like when the cops show up in a D&D adventure, that's almost kind of like a failure mode.
Yeah,
where it's just it's a big or it can be good.
It depends. I guess the difference with this is because sometimes if the cops show up, if you're high, at your level, if you were in Baldur's Gate and the Flaming Fist showed up, you all could probably just stomp them without issue, like if that was the route you chose to take, right? Like if it turned into combat. But Caitlyn is still powerful enough that if he showed up, it would be, yeah. That's it. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Oh my god. We get scribed. That's how Monty Python the Holy Grail. Yeah, how Holy Grail ended. That is so true.
Remember that.
Yeah, remember at the end they're getting ready to do the big charge, like the big battle, and King Arthur, I think, gives like a speech or whatever, and then literally like modern day cops with like bobbies pull up and arrest King Arthur.
And most of his knights,
Yeah.
and everyone else is like, oh heck, well, maybe we should go home now.
Do you know the story behind that? Why they ended it that
No.
way? They literally ran out of budget. They like literally ran out of money before they could finish the movie the way they wanted to, and so they just ended it like that because they ran out of money.
That's fantastic.
Makes it so much better. Yeah, so that was my plan with Caitlyn, was hold him off for at least the hour. If he stalled the launch, then I would have had him show up, and it likely would have just been the end of the adventure. But
I mean, he did say that he was flying over there now when
Yeah.
Primrose messaged him.
Oh, what was the earthquake?
that was a test launch of the rocket.
Oh, they just like
They
misfired
tested
engines?
they tested the engines, yeah, and it caused everything to shake. So yeah, which I don't know if physics wise that makes sense, but it's fun.
I have my tea house with me.
You do.
Could I like set it up on the side of the ship and then
in
like
space.
in space? I could just like walk outside. I don't need to breathe.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine. And then like bust a hole through like one of the walls, and then we
and
could just like have a like
create an
ISS.
airlock. Like
Yeah.
one way to find out.
What would Propriety's ideal situation be for the time spent in space? Like, what would you do?
Oh god, I just would want to like explore like different modes of existence. Like I tried that like mage hand like propulsion sort of situation. Like seeing, I guess, like how far out like somebody could go, like just like tie a rope to one of my hands.
Spacewalk.
Just, like, yeah, spacewalk. I'm out there. I'm sure you could like see all sorts of things. Like I'd want to like start just like setting up long form experiments, and I think turning it into like my own lair, because I'm gonna outlive everybody else in that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, what does it matter if I have to spend like 50 years with like company?
Right.
It's just mine.
Yeah.
So you would want to stay out there forever.
No, I'd get lonely actually. That's
Wait. How did? Sorry, I got distracted by Winged Scribe.
Yeah.
But did you say how people would come to your shop, or would you not want people to come to your shop?
no, like so we I think I forget if we did this on or off stream, but we were talking about like how I have teleport circle known,
Yeah.
but teleport circle's one way.
Yeah.
And like though you can cast it over and over again for a year, it consumes like 50 gold worth of pieces every single time.
Right.
So that's like tens of thousands of gold pieces, which like we don't have.
Yeah.
And so I think the way, if we wanted to make a two-way connection, would be to send somebody to Candlekeep with what my like one-way, like single teleportation,
Yeah.
with like a object or something from the tower,
Right.
which like lets other people use that as like a magical focus to teleport back with like pinpoint accuracy.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like if they've just like been through the tower before and aren't especially familiar with it, it's like a 50% chance of ending up in space. And you don't want a 50% chance of ending up in
No.
space.
No.
Also, I mean, I don't know. I haven't thought this far, but I could imagine that someone in Candlekeep, maybe that person that you know about, Claire, that never came up, but
Yeah.
I could see somebody like that wanting to literally take Candlekeep's resources to establish a teleportation circle at that tower to have ready access to space. So yeah, but yeah, I never really thought about it that far, because I don't know if we'll end up revisiting that or not. We'll see. I did want to. The reason I got distracted was Winged Scribe asked, "What is Nathan's opinion on the space hippo race? Do they exist in this version of the world?"
What is this?
I don't know, to be honest. Winged Scribe. Again, I haven't gotten that far, and I don't really know much about. I just looked them up on Google. They are called the GIF, GIFF, which is kind of confusing because then you also have the GIF.
Like
Yes.
a D&D race, not
Yes.
where we are competing space hippos in a test of their athleticism and speed.
Nah,
You mean just bringing actual hippos into space?
that would be
don't know.
so expensive.
As like, did Critical Role do a thing?
No.
Like, that was really
Yeah.
divisive in the community or something? Okay. got it.
No, it's some D&D race known as the GIF, or sometimes called hippo folk. I don't really know much about them, to be honest. Looking at this now, just reading the first thing, they are from another crystal sphere known as mercenaries among the spacefaring peoples of realm space. So, sounds like almost every other D&D race, especially in older editions. Yeah. The novels. So we can describe it. It says these are one of the only canonical space things in D&D. It came from some of the novels originally set in the Forgotten Realms. Yeah. It gets a little weird because that's the other thing I would have to really think on if we ever decide to go into like space again is the rules for space in D&D, which are not in 5e, but they're in like I think 3.5 era, are very much the like medieval idea of space, which honestly it's kind of cool. Like they really thought it out, and it's a little goofy, but it also has like a logic to it. But I think, for example, I think you can just breathe in space. I don't think there's actually like zero oxygen. And the different worlds, it says like realm space, like the different worlds are in these like crystal spheres. Like they're these, the solar systems are literally these like spheres in this miasma that the planets are contained within. It gets very, yeah. But I don't know if that's necessarily how I'd want to do space. I actually like the idea that space is more like how we think of space. I don't know why. That's just how my brain works. I've had this conversation with Claire before where I also like the idea that the places like the Nine Hells or the Fey Realm or any other plane of existence is, instead of it being more of like a conceptual, like, this plane represents thought or whatever, or like all kindness or goodness or whatever. I like thinking of them as being like actual places with their own laws of physics and stuff, like, which maybe is going more sci-fi, but I just think that's fun and kind of cool to think of it as like they are these, I don't know, they're just a world, right? They're another world with different rules and people and things that live on them, and yeah.
I really like the idea of different realms having different rules for how they function.
Yeah. Right. One more thing for Winged Scribe. They went with Aether or Ether. I don't know if they say Aether or Ether. It's like air but slightly nicer.
Like air, but nicer.
I do like that because then you can get the like treasure planet sort of situation where like there's like actual wooden ships and you can like run around on deck.
So it is.
Yeah.
It is. Well, that's what Spelljammer is. And you
Yeah.
literally are on like ships with like
Oh, that's great.
like solar sails and things. Which it's cool. Like there's definitely something to be said about that, and I think it's really fun. So we'll see if we end up doing another thing with Primrose and Propriety. I'll have to very quickly come up with what I think space is like in my world.
It's so funny because since Propriety is like based on the character from Ancillary Justice, which is like an AI on a spaceship, I had no idea we were going
Oh my
to space.
God, that's
though.
right,
Look
yeah.
where they ended up.
This is totally true, because all I told Claire and Olive was just, this is going to be a goofy adventure. I said nothing about going to space.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah, just that's where the character archetype wants to be, I guess.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, they show up in Volo's guide. Sorry, I just saw on this wiki that the hippo
Yes,
people
they do.
are in Volo's. Cool.
The two spacefaring, like specifically spacefaring peoples are the GIF, and then sometimes, occasionally, mind flayers.
Yeah.
And they're just two very different concepts of what space can be, and like two very different peoples.
Yeah. Well, mind flayers really feel more in line with like sci-fi stuff, where it's like they're like they just evolved differently, right? And then GIF, I mean, you could make that argument with GIF, but they feel way more fantasy, like just kind of, you know.
I mean, they're steampunk, aren't they? Like my idea
Yeah.
of GIF are like British explorers
Yes.
with like blunderbusses.
Blunderbuss.
Yeah.
And like piff helmets, right?
Griff Pith.
Oh my goodness. I mean, the art's fun. The guy's literally holding a blunderbuss and a pipe, like a steampunk pipe. I imagine them being like the elephants in the Disney Jungle Book, like the really old Disney Jungle Book movie, the animated one. I know there's like a million
70s?
Jungle Books now. Yeah, from the 70s. Yeah, the elephants. They were like soldiers, kind of like. Yeah.
I see. Yeah, that's right.
Like British, they were like British soldiers. Yeah. Any did either of you have another question you wanted to know or have answered?
I mean, we have kind of a list. What does the big red button do? What was the enchantment on the lever? What was the safe? Like,
Yeah.
Nathan, please do tell us, what did we not explore?
Okay, I'm so curious. We did not turn over every rock.
No.
No,
here.
we did not.
What was the acid pit?
What do you want to? You want to know the acid pit?
Okay, I want to know the acid pit.
Okay. The acid pit, according again to the module, which I don't know if it was a well converted to this, but Stonky had filled it with acid to dispose of skitter widgets that didn't quite work right. So if you had drained it, you would have found the remains of skitter widgets. Yeah, inside there. But there was something else in there as well, which
What else was in there?
I guess Primrose from Private. Whatever, I can tell you. It's fine. Stonky's ring was in there. The control ring. So to control the skitter widgets. So, yeah.
Okay.
There you go. That's all it was. It's just
Probably won't be found for a while, though.
No, I don't think so. Yeah. And there's still skitter widgets down there that didn't get burned up because you left those 3. And then you also threw one out the door.
Through one. Yeah.
But like, since there's a big hole in the ground, they could just get reunited. So I feel like we didn't actually change their situation.
Right, but now there are skitter widgets loose in Candlekeep.
I'm excited about that.
Where's Fred?
That
Is Fred ever going to show up?
that I will not answer on one of these. Or in
Could we
private.
have run into Fred if we had made different choices? Oh my god, you're killing me! What is this Q&A session?
I can't give away everything.
Foreshadowing session.
Would the skitter widget, the kitty widget, have been it like? How mammalian are they? Do they like need the care of the adults?
Right.
Are they self-replicating, or is it some kind of like coordinated?
It's
building
really
that's not?
weird because it says it does not explain how. It just says that they are able to breed, that they are able to procreate. So that implies that you need two of them to create a new one. How that works?
That implies sexual reproduction somehow.
Somehow, yeah. I mean, I definitely imagine them being much more machine than organic. So I imagine it being some kind of like probably a little more mechanical of a process, but it seems as though they are able to produce whatever the material is, right? Like they can create it on their own. So they're not like going and collecting material. They are literally like creating new material. I don't know. They have like a little 3D printer or something. No. But that you still need to get material for that. Anyways, yeah. The other thing too, which is interesting, is that I don't think they necessarily need care. Like they don't need like sustenance, because it says they don't need to eat, drink, or breathe.
But do they need love?
They might need love. In fact, they very much might need love, because something that never came up, a mechanic, was if you had found the kitty widgets before destroying those skitter widgets in the first fight, if you like, I don't know, threaten one of them or grab one of the kitty widgets or whatever, the skitter widgets immediately like react to that, and like there's something where they get like disadvantage on their attacks or something, you know, there's some mechanical thing, but yeah, so they clearly have some sort of care.
Yeah, we saw one of them defend the kitty widgets from alpaca macadamia nuts.
Yes.
Who they were programmed to be okay with.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So yeah, they I just looked. They have a reaction that's called Good Parent. The skitter widget can impose disadvantage on one attack roll made against a kitty widget if it can see.
Fantastic.
If it can see within 5 feet of it. If it can see within 5 feet of it. Huh. I don't know. That's wording is a little strange. But anyways, yeah. So they can use their reaction to impose disadvantage on an attack versus a kitty widget.
Cool.
So yeah, I guess they have some kind of care or love that they need. The red button, so if you push the red button, nothing would have happened, because all it does is it initiates the countdown. But in order to stop the countdown, you need to do something else, which is with the lever upstairs. So it's like a 2-step process where you gotta like go upstairs, set something up, then go downstairs. Sorry. If you went upstairs and you set the lever to like abort, the whole countdown resets. And then to start the countdown again, you'd have to put the lever into the launch position, go downstairs, and hit the red button.
Okay.
That's all it is.
I see. So if for some reason we wanted to stop it, or like if we were like messing around with the lever before knowing,
and
they all did.
The lever had which you found the code for. You know, it had you could either do launch. I think one was like delay, and then one was abort. So
yeah.
So coop, shed, and stable are all different structures for keeping farmyard animals. Yeah. Is that the theme there?
The cult is known as, it never came up, but the cult is known as they're like the barn animals or something. Let me see. The farm, maybe?
I don't know, animal farm.
They're known as the livestock.
The livestock. Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
These poor people.
Yeah.
They could have just unionized.
I so desperately wanted Coop to be for blast off, for like flying the coop. Yeah.
What was blast off again?
Stable.
Right. Yeah, that feels like a missed opportunity. This is the farm upstate. This is where dogs get sent.
Oh no! Winged scribe.
Oh no. The safe, there's literally nothing in it. It is in fact empty. It is big enough for a creature to climb inside, though, and if it does get locked, it's very difficult to open.
Does the iron key that was in Stonky's?
Nope.
No.
The iron key is just it's for the big double doors into that area, the ones that you blew up.
Okay.
So that's all the iron key is for. Yeah. You wanted to know what was behind in Stonky's office.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which Primrose and Propriety would have gotten in eventually.
Oh yeah, that would have been, a day 2 kind of thing.
Yeah, because it had an arcane lock on it, so you could have just dispel magic, I think, or knock.
I don't know if I have either of those. We aren't big on opening doors.
Wait,
We really aren't actually.
Oh wait, that's right, because you're a wizard. You can't just like a cleric wake up the next day and be like, I'm gonna just change all my spells.
I don't have dispel magic or knock.
Mm-hmm. Well, you would have gotten in somehow.
At some point.
I mean, what are the chances that like in all of those books they took, there isn't like a spell scroll for either of those?
That's actually a really funny thing. Again, Primrose and Propriety looking through the books, you quickly discover that it is not a priceless collection, and that it's what is it? It says it here it's like let me see. It specifically talks about if you look through the books, although the cultists believe this collection to be priceless, most of the books are plotting dissertations of questionable value. So all the books that they have stored downstairs.
Were they of particular interest to Stonky's?
I don't know.
Are they about farming? Agriculture?
Yeah, it's a good question. Maybe it's a bunch of God, yeah. I guess it would just depend on the interests of the cultists, but yeah. But in I'm sure you would be able to find something. Wait, neither of you have dispel magic? You don't have dispel magic, Propriety?
I'm double checking. Maybe I just didn't have it prepared.
We fought a couple of clerics.
You did?
They have detect magic.
Detect.
Available to them, at least.
Detect or dispel?
Dispel.
Oh, then yeah, the clerics could.
Kadam has dispel magic available.
That's right. Yeah, the clerics could do that. Anyways, inside Stonky's office is Stonky's spellbook. So Propriety Propriety wanted to, could get access to all those spells.
As could I.
Really?
I could get access to all of the ritual spells in the spell book.
Ooh.
Somebody had Tome Warlock or something?
Something. I never pulled out my tome.
Oh, you didn't. It just hung out on Nathan's shoulder the whole time.
On my shoulder?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean.
Oh. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, never pulled out the brain.
Your tome. I forgot about your tome. Yeah. Well, do you want to know the spells? I don't know if that's exciting or.
Yeah, I do. What? This is gonna color a lot of what options Propriety has available to them.
There's a lot. Alarm, animate objects, arcane lock, banishment, chain lightning, clairvoyance, detect magic, dispel magic, fabricate, fireball, flesh to stone, fly, globe of invulnerability, glyph of warding, grease, knock, legend lore, levitate, locate creature, locate object, mage armor, planar binding, polymorph, programmed illusion, protection from evil and good, scrying, see invisibility, sending, shield, telekinesis, and true seeing.
So wait. Wow. He had locate object and could not find his ring.
Could not find his ring.
Hey, he didn't have it prepared that day. And he had set off the countdown already.
It seems like a narrow window for losing your ring.
So they were rushing because they had actually accelerated the launch because of the guy stealing the book and running. So they were like panicking, trying to get out of there as quickly as possible. And then you also would have found his collection of books, which he does have more interesting books in there, or like more valuable ones. One of which is called Hero's Feast, a cookbook, which it allows you to cast the Hero's Feast spell, no components required, but only once. But yeah, so that's a pretty cool book. And then the other book is it's a very large tome that describes how to make skitter widgets.
Yes.
I
wonder if I could have skitter widget hands.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Could Propriety learn how to like become a
I don't know.
Distributed, like even more distributed?
Even more distributed. Maybe. And then there's also a bunch of notes, like navigation notes, and all you're able to pick up from it is that Stonky was able to discern that the numbers 626 through 666 were an important range of numbers, but he doesn't know what exactly they're for in relation to the steering wheel upstairs that had the 3 digits on it. There was a steering wheel, and in it there was like a little clockwork thing with 3 digits.
Yeah.
And the digits read...
Him?
Huh?
Who's calling him?
Calling him to space?
Yes.
No one's calling him. He found the book about the rocket ship, deciphered what it meant, and then decided that the best idea was to fly to space. So
I can respect that, honestly. Claire, you gotta look in your eyes. What's going on?
Propriety might be staying longer than a 10-day.
Yeah.
Sorry, Primrose.
But yeah, basically, which is just another fun thing is like if characters fuck with the steering wheel before launch and it's not within that range of digits, the trajectory is off and the rocket just smashes back down into the planet.
Oh, that's the interesting, like, I feel like so many of the encounters in this are like the successful or like the right answer, quote unquote, like to like not just like totally mess it all up, is just like don't touch or interact with anything.
Interesting.
And I guess that like makes sense if you're assuming that all adventurers are just gonna like be chaos gremlins.
Fucks with everything.
Yeah.
But like also, I guess like makes for a like, oh, this seems really interesting, and I can't touch it. Oh, okay, it's like a museum rules.
I mean, you can touch it. It's just like you said, it can lead to chaos.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
imagine crash landing in Fae.
I mean,
you know?
yeah, assuming you survive. Do you want to know the mechanics for crashing?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Where could we have ended up?
Well, that's up to me to decide. But
okay.
and I would have probably stopped the stream and then figure something out or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, if you do decide to do that, there is like a whole thing where it's like the likelihood of you surviving this seems really unlikely. Basically, it crashes and explodes in a remote location of my choosing, and it deals 16 d10 bludgeoning damage plus 16 d6 fire damage to each creature aboard. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you'd survive that. Unless you did like, could you cast like Liamon's tiny hut or something like?
I mean, over the course of a minute, yes.
Get in the fridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like some barbarians can rage and like go down to 1 instead, or
I experienced that.
Yeah, you did.
I experienced that in our one shot we did together, remember?
No.
You don't remember when I kept dying and then popping back up to 1?
In January, when I was DMing.
Oh, but that's just like normal death saving throws, right?
Well, it was I think it's like if you drop to 0 at a certain, you have to be really high level, but it's like you drop to 0, you get to make a con save, and then if you succeed, you pop up to 1. Yeah. So it's a little different than death saving throws because you get to add your con save bonus. So,
yeah. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
But that's why Nathan didn't die that one shot.
I think I got dropped to 0 how many times? Like
three times?
3 times.
2 in the same battle?
I love that D&D ping pong.
That was, not to go totally off topic. Oh, Winged Scribe remembers 4. Okay.
4, okay.
I believe it.
Was this the one where the will-o-wisps were like also trying to like possess your dead body or something?
I don't remember that. Were there
This
will-o-wisps?
The Shadow Dragon fight.
Oh, the Shadow Dragon.
High.
That one.
Yeah.
I was thinking
with the
Fae.
No, not Fae. No.
I was like, I don't remember Sharp having like barbarian levels, but okay.
Nah.
A tiny little Kenku. Although I was playing a little halfling barbarian, so. Anyways, super off topic. That's really only relates to the 3 of us plus a couple people in chat. So, I feel like there was one other thing that y'all were wondering about. I mean, it looks like there's a bunch of stuff you were wondering about.
Oh, what was the enchantment on the lever? Speaking of the wheel and lever.
Yeah, so it's funny because you were just saying like everything's set up where it's like if you touch it, you get punished. But that one you did know about because Nordy warned you. Yeah, if you touch the lever, there was basically like there was 2 things. There was a glyph of warding that would have blasted the whole room with lightning. And there was another glyph that would cause a conjuration to occur that summons 3 lightning elementals that you have to fight.
Seems a little overkill.
It's really extreme.
Like,
it's really extreme. Keep in mind,
this he just wanted like his cultists to not touch anything.
I don't know.
Okay.
Also keep in mind this is meant for 9th level, but still 4 to 5 adventurers, so be a little
higher variety of skills, more spell slots.
Yeah.
I felt like we were outclassed at the like every single encounter.
It was pretty rough. Yeah. Luckily you had incredible
animated objects was the only reason that we got out of either of those fights alive.
Yes. That was holy crap. That spell, I had no idea.
It makes me think we're doing it wrong, or like something like just being able to do like 60 damage as a bonus action every turn, maintaining concentration, seems so much stronger than any other possible option there.
Yeah, I mean, it's also 5th level, but it seems crazy. I mean, I guess it is concentration, right?
Yeah.
So theoretically, if you're in a fight with ranged creatures that are intelligent, they can target you to try to knock that concentration down. I don't know. We could be doing something wrong, but I was not about to get into the weeds with that when there was 10 entities on the board plus
not letting me do the flanking thing.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that might be the case. Like, I don't know. I'd have to look at the specifics, but I'd also be fine with like maybe homebrewing that. Like, okay, yes, you can do this, and it's bonkers, but you don't get the flanking bonus or something. But
yeah,
I don't know.
That'd probably be fair. But like, oh god, again, that's the only reason that like those fights were matched at all.
Oh, it was amazing.
I mean, we did both choose builds with few hit points and low ACs.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We did not.
If either of us had been a melee fighter or something, that would have changed things.
Yeah.
But your talking ability for Primrose got you through a lot.
I had a +8 to all of my charisma stuff except for intimidation, which was plus 12.
Oh, I love it.
So I was pleased with that.
I love it.
You're scary.
Yes, I am. Sometimes I even try to be.
I think that at some point we should do another short adventure with both of these characters because they were a lot of fun.
I'd be down.
I also really liked having my skeletons on my hands.
Oh my god, yeah, that was great. And Witch Dice was perfect for that, which I knew going into it.
Witch Dice made that doable, frankly.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I'm trying to imagine doing that with physical dice at a table.
I watched an episode recently of Dimension 20 where Erika Ishii summons like 10 geese. Did I just take Nathan?
Almost. Was she druid? Did she summon?
She was a druid. She
animal
summoned
or whatever. Yeah.
They were like velociraptors, but they were geese.
Yeah. I had somebody do that.
And like Brennan was like, okay, here's the AC. Start rolling dice. Let me know whenever you finish. We're just gonna keep moving.
Yeah,
that's the only way.
Yeah. Actually, I remember what I did in because I had a druid do the exact same thing. I think it was 10 velociraptors, and I think what I did for them is, I looked up ahead of time. I looked up the mechanics for in the DMG. There's an optional rule for, like, multiple creatures. Like if you have a lot of combatants on the map. Yeah. I don't remember exactly how it works right now, but it's something where it's just like you're only using average damage, and there's a formula that says how many of the creatures hit. So again, it's like all based on averages, so you don't really roll. It's just like, here's the set damage that happens.
You just do some algebra.
Pretty much, yeah. It's just like, this is the damage that gets applied.
That makes sense.
It worked okay. I think it started to slow down again. Like, it worked great when all of them were up, but then as soon as we started losing some, it was like my brain started...
You had to redo the math each time.
My brain started breaking. I was like, Yeah, Witch Dice was great for that.
We got out of that encounter alive. Yeah. No, two of the three of us got out of that encounter alive.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my hands. I'm like, no, they all died every time.
No, your hands all died. I'm thinking specifically about the velociraptors coming in to help, and that allowed two of the three of us to get out of there. Yeah.
Wait, the velociraptors?
Yeah.
In your one shot?
No, in the situation that Nathan is talking about.
Oh, yeah. I was like, my brain went to the Dimension 20 that all of us talking about, and then it went to the one shot we just did, or not one shot, but the thing we're talking about. The Candlekeep deconstruction.
Anyway, moral of the story is it was physically painful for me to watch because some of them are like, no, just use my program to solve all your problems.
Yeah. Wow. Your program is like designed. I mean, didn't you make it for a summoner build?
Okay, I made it for our Hexaden.
Oh.
I made it for TJ.
That's right, because it was like, because it would be like, boom, like massive damage, like.
Yeah, or it would just like take like 5 minutes to do the like rolls, and then it's like, okay, we re-roll ones and twos, and I crit on like 18 to 20s, and it took a long time, and so. It was just like, life is too short to do this much math. Alan Turing did not trick sand into thinking, so we could be calculators. He did it to fight Nazis.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know if anybody in chat has any questions, or if there was any other questions y'all had. I'm trying to think if I have any questions for either of you. I feel like we talked about a lot of the stuff I had questions about last time with Primrose and Propriety.
I want to get to know Kaylin better at this point. Like, Kadam had a lot of respect for Kaylin, and then lost a fair bit of that. in the conversation about the gnolls.
Uh-huh.
I'm finding that Primrose really likes Kalen, like quite a lot, and really enjoys fucking with him. Oh, he's fun to watch.
Oh, that's funny.
Wants to like take him out for dinner and just pick his brain sometimes.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That would be a really fun scene to have Primrose and Caitlin go to dinner.
Rest of the campaign is canceled. Now we're just doing dinner with Andre, but dinner with Caitlin.
It's just gonna become a dating sim. Just, you know.
Can we?
I don't know how I would do. Hey.
And we're just playing Monster Hearts.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Get, propriety involved, just like. Can the owl? Do you have invisibility?
No.
No. Okay. I was gonna say the owl could just come along on the date, and then Propriety and Primrose could have, side commentary while dinner's going on.
Oh my god,
Oh.
you could, if Propriety could literally in bad rom-coms.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, yeah, it's just the like, okay, I don't know what to do. Guide me through this social situation. And then like you're hiding in the bushes with the like
With the walkie-talkie, or yeah. Propriety could literally do that.
Yeah.
Which one of us would be giving the advice and which one of us would be bungling through things? I feel like you're the advice giver.
Absolutely. Primrose would give
bungle.
you the most bizarre, strange advice. Mostly just to see what Kaylin would do.
Oh my god. So in this scenario, Propriety is having dinner with Caitlin?
Sure.
Yes.
Is it
Yes, so.
just the heart, or are you having dinner with your hands? And I mean, I know that Propriety is all of them, but
Maybe it's karaoke. And just all of me is in the karaoke part. But I can't actually make noise. I have no mouth.
oh yeah.
So I don't know how that works.
It would just be the owl, because there's nothing for
It would
the
just be like hooting.
hands to like inhale with.
I mean, it could be like dance karaoke. I don't know. Like,
You should go play Dance Dance Revolution with
Yeah, there we go.
DDR with Propriety, just like constantly swapping out. Goodness.
Is it like an America's Got Talent sort of thing where like the big like coordinated teams like come up with routines?
Mhm.
Propriety could just like do one solo.
Yeah.
But I like the idea that, because I feel like this would happen on America's Got Talent, you would think that Propriety's coming out to do like a dance routine, but no, it's doing a DDR routine. Like you bring a mat out, or not a mat, like a full DDR machine, roll it out, and do a DDR performance. Wow, this really got away from us.
Where are we? How's Kaylin doing?
Yeah, how is Kaylin
Kaylin? Kaylin is so stressed. He's probably doing the thing of like just hovering midair above the court of air, like mouth agape, watching this rocket just leave. And then probably like having a light bulb click of like, oh, that's what the plans were for. Like that's what that architecture was. And I mean, but the thing is with Caitlin too is like, he's the head of like security basically. There are people above him, so now he needs to go and report to all the other Avowed that are above him. So
I'll get in contact with my person, explain what's going on. It'll be fine.
I guess he does know that Primrose, or does he know that Primrose is on that rocket?
No.
I don't
You
think
did
so.
some-
Just that
to
Primrose
spend
knew
it.
that it was about to happen.
Yeah.
Here's something really funny, actually, to go back to what about, you were asking like where was Kaylin and all that. You both like you both snuck away, right? You're like, we don't want them to see us. Literally, if you hadn't have done that, Kaylin was about to turn to you and be like, I don't have time for this. Can you both go to the barn door and investigate what's going on? And then he would have said, oh yeah, by the way, it has an arcane lock on it, just because it's condemned. The password's this, and would have given you the password. Like, that's what was going to happen, but you both are like, sneak away.
We didn't need the password. We just knocked.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, I forgot about that because I remember when that happened. I was like, okay, this is gonna be so much harder now. And then just like going through it, cause yeah, it's like it literally says it's like, you know, after all of this. Although it's not Kaylin, I think it's Bookworm who does it in the module, but still, it's like, you know, a high up avowed is like, go investigate this for me, good adventurers, you know. So, yeah.
We don't need your stinking adventure hooks.
Yeah,
we are self-motivated.
Oh, I loved it. It was so good, and it ended up being amazing because had you done it that way, you would have opened the door, immediately been attacked.
Sure.
Instead of having the amazing talking to them, and yeah. And I guess what would have been funny though is if you had gone in the way as intended, you likely would have gone upstairs first and seen all of those other, because all those other cultists were just up there strapped down, and
we've been like, oh no, what's going on here?
Yeah, and they can't actually get out. Like it says like they're strapped down in such a way that they can't get out. Like they're all restrained, which is hilarious. So
they just like yell at us.
They basically would just be really upset and then refuse to tell you anything, and you'd have to try to, you know. Yeah.
Then we touch the lever and everybody in the room
dies.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I can see how that adventure was set up to go very differently than the way that we did it.
Oh, I loved it. It was so good that you befriended the cultists, and then all the cultists ended up being these characters that I was not expecting at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Were you making up names for them, though?
They have aliases and names in the module, so I was grabbing those. Yeah. So
like that much at least was planned.
Yeah. That much was planned, but there's no like, you know, there's no personality or quirks or anything given to any of them. So it's just class and race. So I just had to like, go with it. Yeah, alpaca and macadamia nuts. His name is Marcy Plumpitter. Yeah.
Not that he would ever tell us that.
No, of course not.
Macadamia nuts. Nemesis. Going around yelling that we're gonna kill everybody? Well, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy right there, my friend.
I know. It was like, I was like, yeah, it made sense in my head in the moment.
Yeah.
Because you used intimidation and it was so high, and you had this weird thing around your neck that you were putting bodies into, pulling bodies out of.
I think in an effort to calm him down, Primrose would have like taken him aside and said, hey, it's your normal cold void in there, like you don't need to worry too much. I use it as a storage locker. You can go in if you want.
How many bodies do you have in there? How many bodies are you carrying right now? I need to know.
I mean, I'm carrying parts of a couple, and then all of your hands.
Wait, are there parts in there from before something that I'm unaware?
I need them.
Yeah.
For things.
Yeah. That reminds me of another short adventure we all did together where I played a character that had a bag of holding, and I was putting body parts into it.
Yes.
I love bag of holdings.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah. Yeah. Man.
Oh, there were some other rooms down underground. There was the acid pit room. There's like I never actually saw it in Roll20.
Workshop thing. Yeah.
Oh, that was just like assembly place.
It was another. I think that one had more things for the actual like rockets. Yeah, like basically the two big rooms were workshops, things that were used for the skitter widgets and the rockets. And that was it, I think. And then there was just the office and the little well. So yeah. It's not terribly big. Yeah, but big enough.
It's clearly designed to be a one shot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, what would Stonky have said if we did manage to talk to him? Did you have like any plans for that?
Yeah,
like, what would a conversation look like?
I'm not sure. It would have well, one, he would have been really excited to tell you all about his plan and going to space and everything that he did to make this happen and how great he is. Even he probably he probably even would have said that to you all if he was planning to kill you, like, you know, would have done the bad guy monologue before blasting you. I don't know. I was ready to let conversation, you know, happen. And it just, the way things worked, it was like Alpaca running down the hall screaming, going in there.
That big lady who was going to kill him, and then the big lady appeared.
Oh, the other thing too was the way that you open the door with blasting it down was very loud.
Yeah.
So, you know, they all got ready because Stonky said people are going to try to stop us. So everybody was just like under the impression of this is a raid. Yeah. They're going to try to stop us. We need to, And it's really funny about this module in general, I think, is that it's a comedy, right? Like, it is written as a comedy. It's a pretty silly premise, but I'm still trying to treat it with like as much respect and logic as been established so far. So it was like a really interesting line to ride of like, how do I make this feel believable, but it's still really ridiculous?
I mean, like, what? That's the cliche, right? In like campaigns, if you like try to make like a super serious campaign, you're gonna end up with like joke characters doing slapstick, and if you do a slapstick campaign, you're gonna have like a heartfelt death scene with like Slappy the clown.
Then you see Slappy look down teary-eyed.
Yeah, entirely.
I will never forget you.
You ruined my voice box. I used to not sound this way. Do you have any idea what cloud kill does to a man?
Oh no!
That could be really fun to purposely have people make joke characters, but run like the most gritty, awful, like serious, like
joke characters in a Strahd campaign.
Exactly. Yeah.
But, like, it doesn't work intentionally. You can't. Yeah. Like, okay, we're gonna do like a funny thing.
Yeah, definitely.
So like, I think that you were just playing that really well with this, where it's like, okay, it's a silly premise, and so naturally the best way to like make that shine is to treat it with like the utmost gravitas.
I mean, that's the type of comedy that I think I love most, right? Like actually, so one reason why I really love Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead is because they are parody films, but they are also the genre that they're doing. Like, they are doing that genre and doing it very well. And it's I don't know. That's always like, I've always loved that, where you totally, you treat it with absolute respect and like do the thing, but it's an absurd situation. It's like
Right.
totally ridiculous. Or like I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of great examples of that.
I have kind of an ADHD like
Yeah, go
tangent
for it.
example of that.
That's-
So I learned yesterday that Sailor Moon actually was supposed to be a parody, where you had magical girl stories, or just like Card Captor Sakura or something, where it's just like you go through these transformations, but then it's just kind of like a soap opera, with like these magical elements. And then you had superhero films, and so Sailor Moon was actually the first one to like put them together, and it didn't take itself seriously at all. Which, like, if you go back and like look at the early episodes, like you can see like that's what the jokes were. It's like saying like, oh, look at these two discontinuity things, but they're like put together. And it's like kind of only later in the series that people are like, oh wait, we have redefined and like made our own genre. Oops, I guess we're just gonna tell an actual story with that now, I guess.
Yeah. Oh wait, yep, I meant to
Really?
do that. I meant to do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I read it on the internet, so
so it's definitely 100% accurate.
I
That's
suppose was that the TV show or the manga?
my understanding is the manga, but
Okay.
again,
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
intrigued by that.
I've never read Sailor Moon, so I can't contribute much.
Fair.
I'm sorry.
I would be interested in reading that article, just because that does not sound like my reading of Sailor Moon. But that doesn't mean that it's not wrong, you know?
Is because I've heard both of you talk about Sailor Moon before. Do you think it's something like, if like let's say I were to pick it up and read it, do you think it holds up, or do you think there's any amount of like nostalgia or like rose tinted glasses around either the manga or the anime? Like,
Yeah. I mean, certainly the audience is younger than us.
Okay.
For all of the stuff. That being said, I think the manga does hold up, at least. I don't know that the 90s Americanized TV show does. They did a lot of editing, some for violence, some for queer content that ended up going incestuous instead, which I really don't think was the right choice. But that's what they did.
Weird. Weird. Okay.
it was the Sailor. You're referring to the scouts who like were gay, but in the
Yeah,
Americanized version, it's like, oh yes, this is my cousin that I'm going to like keep holding hands with and act romantically towards, but they're my cousin.
Yeah.
Really?
Lots of
Oh, my
cuddling and, cheek
Yeah.
kissing.
Yeah.
And we also lived together in a one-bedroom apartment. Like,
Right. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But
Maybe
better
I'll-
that than people be gay, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, if you were interested,
Okay.
like with the caveat that, it's aimed at, like, the manga at least is aimed at, like, I don't know, middle to high schoolers.
Okay. I know this is a super tangent right now, everybody, but just curious. Also, I feel like this is what these streams are for. Like, I don't think we should.
Definitely.
I want to know which Sailor Scout you are if you end up reading them. You have to choose which one.
Which
I'm-
Scout I am.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I'd have to read it. I don't know. I don't even know.
What do I think? You seem kind of like a Mercury.
I don't know what any of this
No?
means.
What do you think, Claire?
I mean, I suppose that the inner scout's probably Mercury.
I don't know the Outer Scouts.
Ah, okay.
There's so much happening right now, everybody, that I don't know what they're talking about.
Honestly, I could see Neptune.
Winged Scribe said Mercury, or are they talking about them being Mercury? I don't know.
I think they're talking about you being Mercury.
Okay. Okay,
I need
I'm gonna look up
to
Mercury,
go-
Sailor Moon, and see what this person looks like. Which probably doesn't say much, because
She's the nerd. She uses computers.
oh, is it because they wear glasses?
We all wear glasses.
I know we
Several
do.
of them wear
Yeah,
glasses.
you're right. We all. wear glasses. Okay.
Yeah, a picture probably won't give you much.
Yeah, it doesn't give me much. Oh my god.
Mars, Olive.
No, 100% Jupiter. 110% Jupiter. Are you kidding?
I feel like you're very glamorous.
Wait, Jupiter is glamorous. Jupiter has like rose earrings and also suplexes fools
What?
before she
Yeah, I've
even
never
gets her
seen you
Sailor
do
Scout
that.
project. Well,
That's
you
awesome.
know, I am mostly suplex.
It's something that she strives for.
Yeah.
Does Mercury
like,
get to
Mars is,
suplex
like-
people?
Okay, so I'm moving towards
Not
Sailor Jupiter in my life. But like
Uh-huh.
I feel like Mars has just like this basis of like fire. I mean, obviously. And I don't know if I have that as much as like when I'm stressed out, I don't go towards burning everything down.
That's true.
I'm like more conflict avoidant.
That's true.
All right, before we move away from Sailor Moon, we have to quickly know what Claire you think you are, or let's start with
Yeah.
Olive. What do you think Claire is?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you
That's
two.
a good
Well,
question.
Olive,
I'm also
yeah.
good.
And then let's move away from Sailor Moon because we feel like we might be alienating people who've never seen it.
I'm gonna remind myself real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like you're one of the outer ones. Like, I don't even know them, but like Uranus has the haircut that you have.
What? No.
No, wait, that's
Wait.
the short
Oh,
hair one?
sorry. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Roughly.
Yeah. Are you Sailor Venus? I think you might be Sailor Venus. No?
I do not like boys nearly that much.
Okay, I don't remember that.
All right,
being
Claire,
accepted. Okay.
which one do you think you are?
I'm Sailor Uranus. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, there we
I
go.
got it in one.
There we go. All right, let's move on from Sailor Moon.
This has been Sailor Moon with
I am
Story
here
Rex.
for this content.
I could see this being like both of you educating me on Sailor Moon. Like I like this could be like a series. Like I start either reading the manga or watching the show, and then we meet. It's like a book club. We meet and then I ask
have
questions.
all the manga if you want them, Dave.
It could be a segment. So like we
Sailor
do first
Reckless.
half Q&As for this session, and then like second
Uh-huh.
half we have a Sailor Moon book club.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god.
I like
Okay.
Regan's Scribe suggested
Yes.
Sailor Reckless the podcast.
All right. With that, is there
Dungeons
any
and
other
Dragons.
questions? Is there any other questions about our Dungeons and Dragons game?
No. I think we kind of peaked there.
Yeah, that was a pretty good peek.
I actually kind of wanted to bring it back to Kadam and Lovelace.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Of,
What's happening with them?
I mean, they just watched a rocket ship launch
Yeah.
a few hours after they got out of the Firefly cellar.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think their reactions are to that?
We need to leave.
Yeah.
This is a bad place.
This is you took the words out of my mouth. Velma, I still don't like you. Goodbye.
Wicked Scribe is wondering if there's dragons in space. Maybe. Actually, there is a in Fizbin's Treasury of Dragons. There's a dragon in there that seems really cool. That it's way too high level for any of these characters, but would be awesome to run one day. So
Is it a space dragon?
space adjacent. Yeah.
Space adjacent, like upper atmosphere dragon? Moon dragon. I bet it's a moon dragon.
I think there is a moon dragon, but no, it's not a moon dragon. And I don't think the moon dragon is. Oh no, I'm thinking there's a moonstone dragon, not a moon dragon.
What? Wait, what's adjacent to space? Ozone dragon?
No, I don't mean like in the whatever the atmosphere elevation. I mean like in a different way. Conceptually, yeah.
Astral dragon.
There is, I think there is an astral dragon, but that's not what I'm thinking of.
I'm just like throwing like I don't know rocks and random bushes.
Oh, fine. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Claire doesn't want to know. Okay, I'll tell you later, Olive.
Okay.
I'll just text you after this.
I never want to know secrets.
Yeah, because they're
How
fun
is
to
the
discover.
existence of a dragon a secret?
Well,
Well,
it's not a secret. But
Yeah, this could be though. This is one of those ones that you could like build a campaign around, and like discovering it would be really cool. So,
Okay.
which is why maybe I don't even want to tell you, Olive.
Okay.
Olive's gonna go look up all the dragons. Like,
Are you kidding? I don't have that kind of time.
Yeah.
Dear Google, show me all dragons.
all dragons. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like we maybe should wrap this up unless y'all have any other questions. I don't necessarily want to just like. Otherwise, we're gonna end up talking more about Sailor Moon. I mean, it's just gonna happen.
we don't want that.
We don't want- Yeah. Well. Oh, Olive, did you have something? No.
Is there a Sailor Moon video game? Can you like
There-
Twitch
There
play?
is a Sailor Moon video
Is
game.
it good?
No.
There you go. I feel like most games that are based on properties end up. And there's exceptions. But... all right. Well, thanks everybody for joining tonight. I hope you had as much fun as we did.
Go read Sailor Moon.
The takeaway from Candlekeep Deconstruction. Go read Sailor Moon. But yes, this adventure was a blast. I feel confident in saying that for all three of us. And yeah, thank you for coming along for the ride. We'll see you next week. Yes, go ahead, Claire.
Announcements.
Yeah.
Which we did not do at the top.
Yeah, that's right.
Our first anniversary stream is on April 11th.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to be doing an extended episode
Mm-hmm.
going until 10.
And starting at 7. We're going to start a half hour
Starting
early.
at 7, yes.
Yeah.
We're starting half an hour early. We are going an hour and a half late.
Yeah.
An hour late. I know how to do math on the fly.
Yeah. I know it's a bit late, especially for your East Coast folks, but obviously, you can watch the stream after the fact. But for those of you that stick with us the whole time, yay!
Yeah, come until it's time to go to bed, then go to bed, pick it up the next day.
Yeah.
And then Nathan is guest starring on Nerd Botchery, which is another D&D Twitch channel, in April. We have yet to get specific dates for that, but we will get them to you when we have them.
Yeah. Working things out behind the scenes, so yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And then someone from Nerd Botchery is going to come and guest star on Story Reckless after that.
At some point.
Whenever that is.
Yeah, so we still have things to work out, but we're excited to do a collaboration. Maybe we'll do more in the future. We'll see. It's always fun to meet new people, and yeah. Wing Scribe did want to know what's next. Yeah, so next we're going to go back to Kadam and Lovelace.
Kedam and Lovelace?
Yeah.
Kedam and or Lovelace?
At least briefly. Yeah, we're going to see, because we'll see. Well, you know what? Just find out. Come and find out. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we're gonna rejoin Kadam and Lovelace back in Candlekeep briefly, and then see what is next for them. Yeah. So hope to see you then. And I guess the last thing I'll say on that is the next arc that we're doing is not actually going to be a module. It's going to be more homebrew. So Yay! I mean,
Yay, Nathan, you do good homebrew.
well,
Yeah, you
it's
do.
not full homebrew. I need to be clear about that. I'm definitely borrowing heavily from stuff, but yes, thank you, Olive. Appreciate it. Okay.
See, that's Sailor Jupiter coming out right there. Just be like, nah, hey.
Are you for you?
Yeah, me.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not Sailor Mars.
Okay, we're going. We're gonna leave. No more Sailor Moon. We're done. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Good
Bye.
night.
Good night.